Hi, I'm Charlie Pacello. And this workshops that I conducted helping people to heal from PTSD and trauma. I was a lifelong sufferer of PTSD and trauma from generational, historical, family, societal, my own military experience. And I was able to heal it within myself. And I found a path of healing. And I want you to have this. I really want you to feel what it is that I feel now. This total sense of freedom, this total sense of peace, this sense of joy of my own existence that I haven't had in a very long time. Healing is possible. It is so possible, and I really want you to have it. So please enjoy the workshop. There's going to be a lot more. Keep a lookout on the website here for where I'll be speaking next, and enjoy the program. But first I want to set our intentions for this evening. I think it's important to know what it is that we intend, and I intend to give you the best that I have, the wisdom that I have, the little pearls of wisdom that I have from my program that I've gained. I spent over 10,000 hours in my own healing of this disorder to get to myself to a place of total and complete wholeness and peace and a state of just joy for my own existence. So it's my intention to give you that, some tools for your soul, for any soul distress that you might have in your life, that you can use today, right now in your own lives. And so that's my intention, is to give you what I have. Is that when you get secondary PTSD, you end up taking on some of the same similar traits as a person who has it, an individual who has it. As I'll go into my story a little bit and I'll tell you about my experiences, my whole family experienced secondary PTSD. And so we were all traumatized at a very young age because of my father's war experience. So there are tools that you can use to help reground yourself and recenter yourself and able to work through those issues. And I will definitely give that to you today. And if not, I will find a way to do it.
All right.
So, all right. Thank you very much for your attentions. One of the reasons that I'm here today is because of a great man's poet, a great man's quote. His name was Horace. And I want to share that with you right now. Undeservedly, you will atone for the sins of your fathers. Undeservedly, you will atone for the sins of your fathers. And we are all undeservedly atoning for the sins of our fathers. We're born into a world of trauma. The reason why we're atoning for that is because we don't have any peace. We don't have peace in our hearts. We don't have peace in our world. We get glimpses of peace, but we don't see enough of it. And so that's why we have to face what is in us to be faced in order to bring that peace that we want so much in our world to have. I have a great story that speaks to this. My grandfather, like many of your grandfathers, was in World War II, and he came back with what was called battle fatigue, or shell shock. And that's the way he was with my grandmother, and that's the way he was with my dad. My dad went off and got his war with Vietnam, and that's the way he was with us, even more so than my grandfather. My war, when it came to me, was the nuclear war. And it was even more extreme. It was epic. I was experiencing trauma even in the pregnancy phase, when my mother was pregnant with me. I was having fear coursing through every cell, through every part of my being. I was feeling fright. I was feeling fear. I was the desire to flee, the desire to fight. I was feeling this fear as a young infant and toddler. And I was afraid, and I was suffering. And when I got into the service, I wasn't enjoying the work that I was doing. And so then I got distracted. And it was very easy to get distracted, rather than to face the pain, to face what was in me that needed to be faced, and to feel it, and to find out the specific purpose in it. And when I found the specific purpose, I let go, I surrendered. And I created this program for myself to heal myself of it, a step-by-step process to heal myself and the same people that I counsel who have the same problem. why this is so important to me is because I went from feeling such immense self-hatred, guilt, and shame, and suicidal contemplation to feeling motivated, empowered, in service, on purpose. If I showed you some of the pictures when I was at this age, when I was distracted, you probably wouldn't even recognize me. You know, I look so much younger today. And so I was recreating the traumas over and over again in my life, all the time. I recreated it with my parents. I recreated it with my friends. I recreated it with my career. I recreated it in my workforce. I recreated it in all my love relationships. And I couldn't find out why I was doing these things. It was just something that was like a program, an unconscious program that was controlling me. And now I'm feeling that when you get this, when you finally get to this place of healing, it's so liberating. See, I went from a 3 to 5. That's the way I would feel on a daily basis. 5 being the best that I could feel on a normal day. And that's out of a scale of 10 to a feeling of about an 8. And I could do so much more with that kind of energy than I could when I was down at a 3 to a 5. I can help people find their purpose because I went searching for it. I mean, I was looking everywhere for it. I was, you know, was it this? Was it this? Well, you know, and when I got it, when I figured out what all this happened for, it took me up a notch. And then when I healed myself, wow, that's how you create your life and work through your problems and set your life on purpose.